Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson will be the next justice on the U.S. Supreme Court. She was confirmed today, with 3 Republican senators voting in favor of President Biden's first Supreme Court nominee. ABC's Ika Jachi has more from Washington.
And this nomination is confirmed.
History was made today. The Senate confirming Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson to the Supreme Court on a bipartisan basis, fulfilling President Biden's promise on the campaign trail to nominate the first black woman to the nation's highest court. President Biden and Judge Jackson watching the vote count from the Roosevelt Room. Vice President Kamala Harris presiding over Judge Jackson's confirmation vote in the Senate. Judge Jackson held one-on-one meetings with 97 senators on the Hill. She also sat through over 20 hours of questioning during her hearings and filed 330 pages of written responses. That's more written questions than any previous Supreme Court nominee. All Democrats rallied behind Judge Jackson, along with 3 Republicans.
Judge Jackson will go down in history as an American giant upon whose shoulders others will stand tall.
Republicans tried to paint her as soft on crime. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell once again slamming Jackson shortly before the vote, claiming she's failing to commit to oppose expanding the Supreme Court.
The solution is for all the justices to stay in their lane. There's one right number of justices who seek to follow the law. The number is 9.
ABC News now learning Judge Jackson promised Republican Senator Susan Collins that she would never take a position on that issue. Once Judge Jackson joins the court this fall, she'll be taking on several controversial cases, encompassing the death penalty, the Clean Water Act, and the humane treatment of animals in our food supply, to name a few. Now, one of the biggest cases of the fall so far is the challenge to Harvard and the University of North Carolina's use of race in college admissions, a case that could determine the future of affirmative action nationwide. Judge Jackson says she'll recuse herself from that case, given her position on Harvard's Board of Overseers. Ika Jachi, ABC News, Washington.
Both of Idaho's senators voted against the confirmation of Judge Jackson. Senator Mike Crapo issued this statement about his decision. Quote, I have serious reservations about her judicial philosophy and willingness to interpret the law as written. I have long said justices nominated for a lifetime appointment should rule based on law and the original intent of the U.S. Constitution, not legislate from the bench. Judge Jackson has failed to demonstrate a commitment to this constraint, end quote. As Senator Jim Risch issued this statement about his no vote on Judge Jackson. Quote, I take seriously the advice and consent role of the U.S. Senate and value judges who interpret the Constitution through originalism and do not legislate from the bench. Judge Jackson's past rulings as a lone court judge demonstrate a commitment to make new law rather than interpret the Constitution as originally written. Additionally, her past pro-abortion and pro-labor union rulings make clear she will not decide cases before the Supreme Court in a conservative manner, end quote.